Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other.
Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is CeeChronicles and I go by that name across all my social media platforms. Now on this platform I post fragrance related content and would very much appreciate it if you did consider subscribing in case you're not. Now to those who are subscribed, thank you so much for the continued support. Also take note that this is not a sponsored channel, so I rely solely on adverts, so please try not to skip through ads. Alternatively, I have created a PayPal donate link for anybody who would like to donate anything at all towards purchases of fragrances that I bring on this channel. Now, welcome to today's video. I saw a title by a fellow fragrance reviewer that said, Dents don't lie, and it gave me a video idea, to show you some of the fragrances that I have used the most in my collection. So this is not limited to, but it's going to be fragrances that some are new and some I just cannot get enough of. All right, so number one is going to be Candy Rose from the house of Grandeur. If you watched my whole video for the month of June, this was actually on my whole video for the month of June, right? This fragrance I cannot get enough of, and this is where it's at. I love this fragrance, right? But unfortunately for it, I'm gonna have to be honest. It's a fragrance with a little bit of a lasting power. So you kind of have to overspray when it comes to this. But I just had to show you guys that I've been loving Candy Rose by Grandeur, and this is to what extent I have used this fragrance. I may have to slow down, but if I finish it, it's not a big deal. I picked this one for next to nothing, so I can always buy a backup bottle. It's the first one on the lineup. Number two is gonna be this one, all right? Betty Al Oud. Honor and Glory. I was surprised when I put a torch on this fragrance, honestly, because I've been using this fragrance and using the fragrance and not even, bothering as to what extent it's on. And I realized that, when you take a torch and you put it against a fragrance and you check, sometimes you get the shock of your life. This was one of them. This was a DNA, I'm going to have to say, initially I didn't like. I found it very thick, very polarizing there. The creme brulee was not actually doing it for me, but after this fragrance set, it became one of the most beautiful, addictive fragrances that I just couldn't get enough of. The creme brulee came to the surface, the pineapple, the gourmand nature of it, a little bit of a Middle Eastern tone. And guys, I think it's about time I get a backup bottle, but I'm not in a hurry really for this because this is still accessible. I'm going to tell you the one I am in a hurry to get because that might actually disappear off the market. So this, what I'm going to simply do is I'm going to slow down a little bit, and hopefully when the coins start coining, I'll probably get it back up off. But I absolutely love, and it's Betty Al Oud, Honor and Glory. Now this, number three, Eclaire, is a fragrance I have hammered. And unfortunately, I did try to put a light against this. You can't see anything. However, here is a clue, okay? Look at how the bottle is buttered. I didn't realize that they put like a thin plastic film on this bottle. I just realized when it started peeling that, oh my God. And this bottle is peeling because of the amount of times that I reach out for Eclaire by Lattafa. And even if you look at the atomizer there, you can see that the atomizer is taking a knock there, right? So I absolutely love this fragrance. I don't know to what extent I have, left of it in here, but this is backup bottle worthy. This is a fragrance that I should be adding another to my collection because they nailed what it's going for. It smells gorgeous. It lasts the whole day. If you wear this on thick woven clothing, my God, this is gonna last 3, 4, 5 days or whatever washes, right? If you wear it on your skin, I cannot say because different skins, act differently to different scents. But on clothing, I can speak for this and say this is the most beautiful, long-lasting, creamy scent that Lattafa has given us. It's Eclaire, and I absolutely love it. So this, I have no dent to show, but you can see by how the bottle looks that I have used the heck out of it. And then, of course, there is this one from Fragrance World, Franc 107.9. All right. So, most of the time we often have to do this because bottles have this, that block at the bottom where when you look at your fragrance like this, you think, I still have plenty of it, until you turn it like this and you're like, ooh, this fragrance is about to run out. Okay. 107.9 by Fragrance World. of their Franc line. Is a fragrance that smells a lot like rouge smoking. I love it. I love it a lot, okay? But honestly speaking, the lasting power sucks, but I love it nonetheless. It's a DNA that's easy to wear. You don't have to be in a specific mood for you to want to wear this DNA. Beautiful cherry there with a little bit of some boozy undertone. This is going to do it for you. Not as pushy as probably the real thing, but nice enough. Nice enough to an extent that I have overused this one, right? So this is from Fragrance World, Franc 107.9. And then there is Assateer, right? And it's a pity that when I spoke to Lattafa, they said Assateer has been discontinued, the gold one, right? So there is a silver one that's marketed for men. I'm not sure whether that one was discontinued as well, but I'm talking about the gold one. This one, guys, is beautiful. Sweet and sour, beautiful cardamom, sandalwood type of scent there. Something in it feels as though it's chocolatey. It could have cacao. I don't know. But it's a unique DNA that you're not going to find everywhere. Last time I came with it here and I tried to show you like this, there was nothing that, this camera was able to pick. But then I did put a torch against this, which, of course, I'm going to put a video there. And you're going to see for yourself to what extent this fragrance, to what extent that I have used this fragrance. And for the fact that I added it in the month of June, guys. I added this fragrance in the month of June. So you can see that at this rate, this fragrance is going to be gone before I even notice it. More so that it comes in a black, it's like a dark brownish, type of bottle. So it's Assateer from the house of Lattafa. Another Dents Don't Lie situation is going to be Frosted Cream. Frosted Cream by Zara is a fragrance that I love the most. Of course, drawing inspiration from Mont Blanc Signature, and unfortunately I haven't been able to find this one off the Zara website. I think maybe people caught onto the fact that it was beautiful creamy whipped cream gourmand and snatched it. I don't know, so I keep throwing my eye there to see if I can replace this bottle because it was affordable, gorgeous smelling fragrance, one that I cannot get enough of. And look at what I was talking about. If you do this to this fragrance, if you turn the bottle like this, it looks like, oh, okay, it's still about halfway there. But once you turn it like this, you can see that there's very little of this left. So another one that I may have to replace because I absolutely love. I actually, made a decision to stop using this because I felt, I didn't want to wake up without it. At least if I know I've got a little bit of it, then that's fine until I can replace it. So Frosted Cream is another one with a dent that doesn't lie. And then there's Wataniah's Watani. Now, if you follow my channel, I think this was the second Wataniah that I came with to you after Alia. And it's a funny story how I got this Wataniah. I sent my son to buy some fragrances and I just saw this bottle and said, it's a little bit weird, tacky or whatever, but I've been seeing it for the longest time. Let me just take I just said, ask if it's a feminine one and then we can just try that. And then he did and he bought it. Now, this is about maybe 2 months old in my collection. Guys, this is a date. For a person with fragrances as many as mine, this is a notable dent. I love this Watani to an extent that I drove back to the store after using this one, of course, to smell. I wanted the intense. They didn't have the intense. They've got the silver one, which is one for men. I didn't actually pull the trigger then, because I thought, okay, it's a men's one. I'm going to have to think about it. But I would love to own the three, the silver one for men and the intense, and then just bring the three of them to you guys and then just drop them there. And you can make your own decision. This feels as though it's a fusion or a tweaked up version of that Armani C together with Fiori. And truth of the matter is, I'm not a Armani C fan myself. I find that fragrance very pushy and very cloying, but something in this just works. It's got the bright fruitiness there, the very effervescent fruitiness there that makes it more enjoyable, than that actual slap in the face DNA that you get from C. So I absolutely love this fragrance and I would recommend it, guys. If you've been seeing this bottle around and you kind of like cheapies that are going to work hard, right? Because this is affordable, but it works harder than the price, then this is definitely one that I would recommend. So another one that I'll probably get a backup bottle of, though I'm not in a hurry, but I will get a backup bottle of. Why I'm not in a hurry is not that there's anything wrong with this fragrance, but it is quite accessible in my country. So Watani made it on this lineup. And then there is a Bunn, okay, a Bunn from the house of Lattafa. Now, this might not look like it's much, but if you know my love for rose prick and how I did come to you and I said this fragrance smells a lot like rose prick, you'll know that I have hammered this fragrance. Right. Why I'm taking it slowly on this fragrance is because it's another one I cannot find. I bought this one directly in Dubai, and maybe Lattafa has discontinued it. I don't know. It's very hard to find, but it's a beautiful mix of a grown rose, a powdery rose with, that Sichuan pepper there. Gorgeous, gorgeous smelling fragrance. And because I am obsessed with that Tom Ford rose prick, I use this fragrance sparingly, even though it's not a fragrance that I bought for the same price as I did with, my rose prick. I just use it sparingly because it smells so good. The one thing I can clue you up on there is it is a little bit mature. So you've got to love powdery fragrances there because it's going to give you a lot of powdery muskiness and that rose, but it's gorgeous. If you love that rose prick DNA, you're probably gonna love this rendition. It's absolutely amazing, and it's at this mark. Considering that I have more than 400 fragrances, this is a dent that is notable. It's a Bunn from the house of Lattafa. And then second from the last, guys, is going to be Glossy from Maison Alhambra. I think I did feature this one in my other video some time ago, right? So this is as good as finished, right? Because once you have this left, it's gone. I mean, if you're a frag head like myself, you're a fragrance junkie like myself, you will know that there's nothing of it left in here. So it's as good as gone. Unfortunately, this I will not repurchase in as much as it's still accessible in my country simply because of the performance, right? I have the oil that I bought. Of course, the real thing does not have an oil. So I also got an oil from an oil making company, and the oil, guys, the oil is so strong. And when I got the oil, it was the oil first, and then I bought this because I was so happy to see that there was something like this, and I bought it. But this is a very light scent that feels like you could do better. Every time you wear it, you just feel like I wish it could push a little further, but it is quite shy there when it comes to performance. So I'm not going to be replacing this. I would rather save my coins and buy the real thing because the performance simply sucks, but it's a nice fragrance that I enjoyed while I was wearing. And you can see by the dent that, yes, guys, it really took a knock. Glossy from the house of Maison Alhambra. All right then, guys, so we're on to the last one, right? This is Rave Now White. This is my quintessential go-to citrusy summer scent, right? If I were to go to a destination that is hot, or we are by the beach, or we're going to be, sunbathing, this is the one citrusy fragrance I would pack. I love this fragrance. I know a lot of mixed reviews thrown about when it comes to this fragrance. Some saying, oh, it's got that toilet cleaner type of smell. Some saying the citruses are doing a little too much. Granted, it does have a very bitter grapefruit there, working with the bergamot, if I'm not mistaken, and a ginger, right? And that combo is quite intense. So it's a citrus that you don't need to reapply, in its defense because of the intensity. You don't need to reapply the citrus. I mean, once you wear it, 8-10 sprays are going to last you the whole day. Beautifully done citrus, not your fly-by-night freshie, like the usual freshies. Okay, this is going to give you summer in a bottle, but different in the way that it uses that spicy kick, with that bitter grapefruit to just give it a twist. So I absolutely love my Rave Now White, and this is the dent, guys, that it has, and it's the last one on the lineup. So that's it, guys. That's a wrap. I would love to interact with you in the comment section where you tell me about the fragrances that you've given the biggest dent to. This was a Dents Don't Lie video, and my dents are not limited to this. I just had to keep it at 10, guys, because of course I need to make sure that I am realistic when it comes to viewer retention, attention span. So I had to make sure that I keep it realistic there. Otherwise, I would have come with 30 out of the 400 bottles I have. But I just thought, okay, let me just show you these ones, especially the ones that I haven't been in my collection for a long time, that I just can't stop wearing. And I would love to interact with you in the comment section about the ones that you just cannot stop wearing. Turn on post notifications, guys. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Meanwhile, like and share this one, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.